He glanced down at the sleek leather bag in his hand, its weight familiar, comforting. The morning sun glinted off the pavement of Fifth Avenue as Maxwell Hawthorne, one of the world's wealthiest men, strolled toward his office. The city hummed. Around him horns blaring, buskers playing on street corners, a blur of well-dressed pedestrians and busy traffic. He was so lost in thought plans for a new philanthropic venture, the merger closing next week, that he failed to notice the small, shadowy figure until it darted out from between two parked sedans. It moved with uncanny speed, landing lightly on the straps of Maxwell's bag, its teeth gripping the leather with surprising accuracy. Before he could react, the figure bolted, disappearing into the milling crowd. Maxwell froze for a heartbeat, then instinctively chased after it, pushing through startled onlookers. A stray dog, he thought, scanning the throng, but as he closed the distance, he saw it was no ordinary stray. Its coat was a patchwork of brindle and gold, its eyes a pale, intelligent blue that gleamed with purpose. Clutched in its jaws, Maxwell's brand-new prototype smartphone, loaded with proprietary data. He ducked down an alley, following the dog's confident bounds. The walls closed in, graffiti-laden and damp with morning dew. His heart thundered. The bag's contents were irreplaceable documents, digital backups, keys to his private jet. He rounded a corner and came upon a rusted fire escape descending to a narrow corridor. Behind an unmarked door, the dog paused and looked back at him, tail wagging slightly, as though inviting him to follow. Maxwell's mind raced. This dog was leading him somewhere. He slid through the door, bag dangling forgotten at his side, and found himself in a dimly lit courtyard. Vines clung to brick walls. Potted plants lined a worn bench below a shattered skylight. The dog trotted forward, barking once, then sat at the foot of a heavy oak door at the far end of the courtyard. Maxwell approached cautiously and knocked, heart pounding. What was this place? An elderly man opened the door, beard white as snow, eyes sharp and amused. "Ah, Maxwell Hawthorne," he said. "We've been expecting you." Maxwell blinked. "You know my name," the man chuckled. "Indeed, our little friend has excellent taste. Come inside." He ushered Maxwell into a vaulted room filled with shelves of books, curious artifacts, and portraits of familiar figures, past and present world leaders, philanthropists, inventors. In the center sat the dog, tail thumping against a worn rug. "Who are you?" Maxwell asked. "My name is Elias Carver," the man replied, "and this is Sentinel." Sentinel, named for its unwavering loyalty, looked up at Maxwell, eyes softening. The paced dog set the stolen bag at Maxwell's feet, releasing the strap with a gentle release. Maxwell knelt, astonished by the animal's careful handling. Elias sighed and gestured toward a leather armchair. "I built Sentinel years ago, back when you were just starting out as an intern in my fund. Do you remember me?" Maxwell sat, mind racing through memories. Years ago he'd interned for Carver Capital, a boutique investment firm. He had been eager, hungry to prove himself. One day, a small dog had appeared in the office hallway, injured and desperate. Maxwell had scooped it up, rushed it to a vet, and nursed it back to health temporarily. Carver had been impressed by the young man's compassion. At times, "Remember," Maxwell said softly, "Sentinel was that dog." Elias nodded. "I designed Sentinel to be more than a pet. He has enhanced sensors, artificial muscle fibers, advanced cognition. But in the years since, I lost all funding. Sentinel and I have been in hiding, living off the grid, until today." He leaned forward. "I reached out to you, Maxwell, not for money, nor for contracts, but because Sentinel's condition is deteriorating, his power cell is failing, and I need someone with your resources and your heart to help me save him. I chose you because years ago you showed kindness when no one else would." He paused. "Will you help us?" Maxwell's chest tightened. He glanced at Sentinel, whose ears perked at the mention of his name. The bag lay open beside him. Documents sprawled. "Of course I'll help. But why take my bag? Why bring me here like this?" Elias smiled. "Because you needed to remember. Power and fortune can cloud compassion. I wanted you to see that some debts cannot be repaid with money alone." As Elias outlined, Sentinel's needs rare components, advanced surgical robotics, secure facilities. Maxwell realized he stood at a crossroads. He could direct his fortune toward this hidden genius and his loyal companion, or he could return to his scheduled life of board meetings and headlines. By day's end, Maxwell had pledged his full support. Over the following weeks, cars and private jets shipped crates of equipment to the secret location. Maxwell assembled a team of the world's top roboticists, veterinarians, and AI specialists. They worked around the clock in the hidden lab beneath Elias's library. Sentinel lay on an operating table, wires and cables snaking around his enhanced body. Maxwell watched as surgeons delicately replaced a failing power cell, recalibrated neural interfaces, and applied nanobot-infused ointments to repair synthetic muscle fibers. He paced the lab, phone pressed to his ear, coordinating deadlines, logistics, but at night, he sat by Sentinel's side, speaking softly, brushing synthetic. "You saved me once," Maxwell whispered. "Now it's my turn." The breakthrough came under the pale glow of a crescent moon. Sentinel stirred, eyes fluttering open. He wagged his tail weakly, forcing a small bark. Maxwell's heart leaped in his chest. They celebrated with quiet champagne in the courtyard, Ilias's antique telescope aimed at the stars. Maxwell raised his glass to the dog, who padded forward and nudged Maxwell's leg with his head. To friendship, Elias toasted. To second chances. And to Sentinel, the guardian who brought us back together. Maxwell thought of all he had. Wealth beyond measure, properties, yachts, a name known worldwide. Yet here, beneath crumbling brick and whispering ivy, he felt richer than ever. Months later, Sentinel stood on the rooftop of Maxwell's skyscraper, overlooking the city. His sensors scanned the skyline, each rooftop and alleyway logged in his database. Maxwell strode up beside him, slipping his hand into Sentinel's harness. "Ready for a new mission?" he asked. Sentinel barked, as if to say, "Let's see what else the world has in store." Together, they leaped into the morning sky, the city sprawling beneath them and adventure waiting around every corner. But the story didn't end there. Maxwell, invigorated by his experience, established the Sentinel Foundation, named after the dog who reminded him of his humanity. The foundation funded robotic advancements for disabled veterans, AI-assisted service dogs for the visually impaired, and shelters equipped with advanced tech for stray animals. Maxwell personally oversaw the installation of robotic care systems in underfunded clinics and schools across the country. His board members were skeptical, but his vision became clear after a public demonstration. Sentinel performed rescue simulations, medical alerts, and guided a blind child through a complex obstacle course, all with intuitive brilliance. Media outlets around the globe picked up the story. Headlines read, "From billionaire to benevolent, builder and the dog that changed the world." Overnight, Maxwell's image transformed. He was no longer just the man behind a tech empire. He was a humanitarian, a leader with vision and heart. He visited communities, bringing Sentinel along. The dog had become a symbol, his face printed on murals in neighborhoods across New York, his name whispered with reverence among children dreaming of becoming inventors and engineers. One afternoon, while visiting a small school in Harlem, a little girl tugged Maxwell's sleeve. She was no more than 7, her eyes wide with wonder. "Mr. Hawthorne," she said, "will Sentinel live forever?" Maxwell knelt to meet her gaze. "As long as there's kindness in the world, and people like you to believe in it, he just might." And so, the legacy of a stolen bag, a mysterious dog, and a forgotten kindness rippled out, changing not only one man's destiny but reshaping a generation's dream of what it meant to have heart, to build, to believe.